19727 Southeast 19th Street in Sammamish. I'm a customer of the Sammamish Water Plateau, the Sammamish Plateau Water and Sewer District. I served on the Sammamish Planning Commission for 4.5 years and on the Planning Advisory Board, which wrote the Sammamish Comprehensive Plan. Issaquah wants to assume that portion of the water district that is in Issasquah. Officials told the residents of Sammamish of Providence Point that the Growth Management Act mandates assumption of relevant water districts. As a former planning commissioner, I can tell you that this is factually incorrect. The GMA says, FW-13, within the urban area, as times and conditions warrant, cities should assume local urban services provided by special purpose districts. Note that this says should, not shall. Terms that are well understood by the planning commissioners and city officials, and therefore there is no mandate as claimed by city presentations to Providence Point. Additionally, I talked to one of the officers of this section of the GMA, and the intent of FW-13 was aimed at isolated SPDs, not a portion of a water district that in fact serves 1.8 times the residents that live in Issaquah and encompasses a landmass nearly 3 times the size of Issaquah. Further, RCW 36.78.110 says, in general, cities are the units of local government most appropriate to provide urban governmental services. There is no mandate in the statute either. The efforts mounted by Issaquah to assume the portion of the Sammamish Plateau Water and Sewer Districts amounts to a hostile takeover analogous to Wall Street corporate raiders. The efforts by Issaquah to obtain a permit from the Department of Ecology following the City Council's decision last December to allow infiltration into lakeside development in Issaquah Highlands is especially troubling. Several members of the City Council said last December that the aquifer affected by lakeside is your drinking water too, and you want to protect it. But this permit application with ecology will allow polluted and contaminated stormwater to be injected into the aquifer. This stormwater is contaminated with fecal matter and other pollutants. This is not only contrary to your public statements and assurances of last December, it falls into the category of what are you thinking? As a customer of the Water District and a resident of Sammamish and a former planning commissioner, I find it socially and civically irresponsible to pursue action that will affect tens of thousands of residents outside your city. We do not have a voice or recourse through the ballot process to express our concerns. You have kept this out of the public domain and largely secret from those of us affected. As your own 2012 Water System Update Plan says, 3.8.2 Wellhead Protection Implementation, implement the Wellhead Protection Program to protect the city's groundwater supplies from degradation and coordinate implementation with the Sammamish Plateau Water and Sewer District. The city, again still quoting, the city should promote and participate in the aquifer recharge area and wellhead capture zones. These methods shall include but not be limited to regulation of land use, public outreach and education, and construction of capital facilities in the appropriate areas which aid in the protection of the wellheads. The Water District offered 3 times to co-fund construction of capital facilities for water treatment, and Issaquah rejected each of these offers. Now tonight, Mayor Freisinger said on the TV news that water filters through the ground which cleans it. Well, yes and no. If this were strictly true, there would be no Superfund sites. There would be no Puget Sound Starts Here campaign at the cost of millions and millions of dollars to clean up Puget Sound, 40% of which pollution is derived from stormwater, nor would the Department of Ecology be holding the city's feet to strict standards in SMP updates. So I would really urge the city to take another look at, in fact, living up to your own stormwater system plan update and cooperate with the Sammamish Plateau Water District and, in fact, work together rather than attempt these hostile takeover efforts. Thank you.
Thank you.